Blog Talk Radio. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new Soul Sister show with host Sue and myself, Anne. And today we have Thursday, June 25th, and it's summertime. How nice is that? We are a live call-in radio, so give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. Ask questions or get a free mini reading live on air, or today we are holding open lines, so just call in or text chat with us about anything spiritual, what's on your mind. And international callers dial +1 before the number, and that means +1 213-943-3587. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1 on your device. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden. And we have a real summer here. We are sweating here. It's 31 degrees Celsius. That's very hot for Sweden. And on today's show, as I mentioned, we are going to hold open lines. That means your calls live on air to ask questions, or why not get a free mini reading live on air, or just talk to us about what's on your mind. And today we want to spread love and light to you all and talk about how to manage difficult times in a spiritual way. We are a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the US and Stockholm, Sweden in Europe. And you can listen live and text chat with us during the show at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. There's a player in there, and there's a chat room where you can text chat with us, ask questions, or even request a small mini reading. Or why not give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and remember to press 1 on the keypad on your device to be placed in the queue, so we see that you want to talk with us live on the show. And we have a few people already in the queue waiting to talk to us, and we are so honored and happy that you're there. If you haven't pressed 1 and want to talk with us, do that now, so you take your place in the queue. And if you don't, if you just want to listen, that's fine too. And on today's show, we are holding open lines, your calls live on air for questions and free mini readings. And we talk about spreading love and light to you all, and also about how to manage difficult times in a spiritual way. And we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, soul realignment, healing modalities in general, and we love, of course, to talk about any and all spiritual topics. We are always a live call-in worldwide radio, so give us a ring at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to get your spot in the queue. And we are proud to announce that we actually have listeners in 21 countries and growing around the globe. That's fantastic, isn't it? And if you want to visit us on YouTube, you can search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. And if you like us, please subscribe. And you can also help us out if you like us, share as much as you want, so more people can find us. Now, finally, let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, Sue, all the way from hot Arizona. Now it's hot today, right? Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, it is. We're both experiencing that. But of course, Anne has beautiful weather she's just not used to.
Yeah.
We're going to have 112 today, which anyone here in the States understands it's like opening an oven door when you're baking something in the oven. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and I have 88, right? That's nothing.
Oh, that's beautiful. I just wish I could have that. But, we choose to live here in the desert, so we got to accept some of the temperatures we get.
Yeah. I have been for a few months here because it's kind of difficult to travel right now, right? It's crazy around the globe, so that's why I'm here. And if I would have been in Greece, yes, of course, you adapt. We have similar, sorry for my voice, we have similar temperature and weather, I think, in roads as you have in Arizona, except for that we are honored with the ocean, so we can have a bath.
Yes, and that healing salt water you guys have out there,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yep, that surrounds the desert or surrounds the landmass.
Yes. And everybody listening, thank you for calling in and waiting for us, and thank you for being in the chat room. And now is a great time to call in and get your spot in the queue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1. And if you'd like to connect more personally with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And actually, I can tell everybody that we tried to make the website easy to navigate. So if you just remember scrollsofthesoul.com, you can find us by our name. So it's usually only scrollsofthesoul.com/ and then it's Sue, or it's Anne, or it's upcoming, or it's past, or whatever else we have put up there. So it's kind of easy to move around and remember. And before we move on with today's show, I know that my beautiful soul sister wants to recap what last show was all about.
Yep. Last week was the final series in angel numbers, and we took on 555. But we also reviewed, all the numbers that preceded it. And I love angel numbers because, as we've discussed in the past, Anne and I, we're constantly seeing them. And I think for me, just as a for instance, mine is always 1111. I will always look at the clock every day right at that time. And of course, other numbers precede it, but it's like the beginning of the day is that's the first number I'll always catch. So it's like 11 minutes after 11 a.m. And I know you guys are on military time there, so you see it a little different, right? Well, in the morning, you see it the same.
Yeah, I can see in the middle of the night, I can see 1:11, 2:22, 3:33, 4:44, 5. No, not 5. I'm sorry. I'm going beyond. Yeah, I think 5:55. Yes, but you can't see 6:66, right? Because that's not. But we also, that means that in daytime it's 11:11, or 10:22 p.m. That will be 22:22. So yeah, that's beautiful. I have a joke to make here, because usually when I call in, because I a call through Skype, I show up on the board for Sue as 111111, right? And sometimes
Yep.
unknown. And what's that supposed to mean? And am I out of order when I'm unknown?
Yeah. Yeah, you're out of order.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the series we did last week. The final series, which there's more than 555. It was just what we decided we were going to go up to, and then the next one we're going to move into is the numerology aspect of numbers, which is a whole other quite unique aspect of numbers. And we're going to take on some of that and what it means and the series of numbers and what they mean. And it's not really that it's too difficult. It's that, you have to add up the numbers to come up with either a single or a double digit. Right, Sissy? Is that what it equates to?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yes, actually. But I think the basis even for angel numbers are numerology as a foundation, of course. But it's a great way actually for the angels to get our attention. It's one of the best,
Right.
because we do pay attention. It's obvious. So they want to give us things that are obvious.
Right. Yeah, so that one's going to be kind of interesting to do. And I think what we'll probably do is see if we can get audience members to interact with us and maybe let us know if there's some numbers that you've had yourselves that have come up that we can do the equations for you and come out with the answer as well. So keep that in mind, because next month that will be the third week of the month that we'll take that on. We do kind of have a platform we try to follow. Every first of the month would of course be soul realignment. The third of the month is usually the numbers. We take on the numbers in one fashion or another, and then we try to have a guest on at the end of the month, depending on who's available. I know that this time of year, a lot of people are also taking summer vacation and are away, so it's not always easy, to get a guest. But it's usually our goal.
Yeah. Yes, but we always have the option to have open lines, right? That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's our platform. We can pretty much do it the way we want. But we try to be consistent for the audience, so they, it's kind of predictable and they know what topic is coming up, basically. So the week before that, though, that's a topic I kind of wanted to get into, because it does go into this topic, which we had recommended a couple different documentaries for our audience to go check out. And this kind of goes in along the lines of awakening, becoming awake and becoming aware and understanding what's going on in the world. And it's not what we think it is. So the two we had recommended, one was Out of Shadows and the other was Fall of the Cabal. And both of those were great beginners, a great way to start, to kind of open up to see what's really been going on. And I know a lot of our audience members have this awareness already and feeling of something's going on, but can't quite put their finger on it. And what Ann and I have discovered over time is that what's happening is like a movie being played out in front of us. That there's much deceit going on through media, and that and through these documentaries, they kind of answered some of those unknown questions. You knew something was off. You knew something wasn't right. So they're both really great starting points as far as just becoming aware and waking up. And the other aspect would be as far as so how do we handle those things that we once we become aware, right? What do we do when we find out what we've been told was not really factual? How do we start handling that? Do we fall in with groupthink, where everyone falls in line because they believe what they're being told, and then you see a lot of discourse and anger between groups? And Ed and I had made the call very early on that we weren't going to take that avenue. We weren't going to join in that party because that's not what we're about. While we feel the energy, the oppressive energy that can be out there with groups who are fighting each other, there's a lot of manipulation going on with that, and that's what these documentaries were about, to help you understand that. What you're seeing is a lot of manipulation. It's about controlling the way you think and the way you act. And we were just determined that we are not going to go down that path, that we're going to spread as much love and light on our platform as we can. And we may very well differ in opinions with our audience, and that's okay. That's part of being free societies, is we're allowed to have that. And what we won't do is argue and fight, because that's not what we're about. And so
it's not.
So the topics today, as far as spreading love and light, and how, in a spiritual sense, how do you manage difficult times? Well, one would be to disconnect away from what you're being told. And I know it's not always easy to do that, to turn off the negativity. But most of us are on our phones now. A lot of people aren't even watching a TV, more or less. So we could choose what we participate in, and we can choose what we see. And we can research. There's enough information out there to research. So where it comes to spreading light and love, for us, it's about connecting with our audience, giving readings, because this is what we love to do, and this is how we love to give back, is through this platform. And so we choose to take things on a positive aspect, and so on the spiritual side, on the spiritual end, we can recommend, when you're getting a lot of negative energy around you, there's certain things you can do. There's meditation, there's grounding, there's chakra work that can be done, because we physically can feel that energy, that negative energy that's out there. It can be real oppressive. And I'm sure, Anne could add more to that aspect as far as recommending.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was just reading something in the chat room, and I tried to post a few things. I just want to mention that the links to the documentaries can be found in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And of course, it's very important to be aware of what's going on. But the challenge very often is to not step into the drama that's going on, right? And to coming back to the documentaries, there's a lot of things. People are saying a lot of things. It's like media and everyone is throwing whatever they can on someone else just to point out that they have right. But in my sense, a good source for information is a source where you actually can go back and research for yourself, and you can find it. And sometimes it feels odd to me, because when we want to bring out something to someone, we want it to be with facts, right? And
right.
I'm not supposed to tell anyone how to think about it. I want just to reveal the facts. And then each person had to find out what that means for them. And some things are obvious, so that's a very good thing to do. But to come back to how to manage, for instance, for myself, just as Sue say, I don't listen to the news all the time. I do it as much as I feel I need to keep myself updated. I don't trust the news so much anymore because some things are not withheld, but they are unspoken. So it's
Right.
not, it's like I'm giving a picture of something from someone else because they have twisted in their sense and their opinion how I should receive it. And that's something I don't really like. And I do feel also that it's challenging because it's very easy to get angry. Even if I'm a very calm, blonde Swede, I have my temper sometimes, and I'm spiritual too, but I have my temper, and that's something I have just like that. So I have to embrace that part of me too. So the best thing is to be aware and not try to fight what you feel about things going on. Take a step back, observe, and then calm down if you feel that you are getting angry or very annoyed or whatever it is. Do something else. Sometimes we need to distract ourselves. Do something else that is fun for you. Just call a friend, a funny friend, not a friend that's going to put their depression on you, because that's not how you want to distract yourself, right? So you can help that friend that is sad another time. But to get away from the pressure and get away from stepping into the drama of the world, you need actually to take a step back sometimes, and also to find that part in you where you can raise your vibration. And we are many times talking about having fun. That may seem very simple, but it's really a great way of cutting off the tension, so to speak. So you just try to cut it off for a while, and then when you think back, look back to where you were so angry, you can see things in a slightly different angle. And just embrace the fact that you are aware. And, becoming aware, it doesn't mean that we are feeling excited and happy all the time. No, it's not, because some things that we are being aware of feels dark and negative, right? So just embrace those, but don't step into them. Try to work with that energy to bring out something that's on the same energy, but on the positive end of that specific energy. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. You brought up the media part and the things that are pronounced on media. And what I find interesting are the things that are not said. Okay, and how I confirm that is actually through Anne. Because we're both on opposite sides of the world, there's a lot of things I get here in the States that are about Sweden that she never sees. And and the same thing happens to Anne, where she gets certain topics and statements that are about the U.S. that we never see here. So it's interesting. It's interesting how what's being said. And this is where you start to understand that it's like you're watching a movie, is the only way to describe it. And that it's not, the media is telling you what they want you to know, not what's truly going on. And being that we're from opposite ends of the world, different sides of the world. And then when Anne goes to Greece, it's even becomes more interesting now, because now she has a different filter in Greece than in Sweden. So it helps you to kind of say, aha, all right, I can see now where they're trying to go here, what they're trying to do. They're trying to let us believe that the world's on fire right now. And I can tell you right now, the world is not on fire. Okay, just to be clear. it's not on fire. It's what they want you to presume. Um, I live in the desert. That's enough heat for us. But as far as everyone fighting each other, it's what the media is putting out there. It's what they're portraying, and what they want you to presume about your fellow human beings. They want you to disconnect from your fellow human being, and I refuse to do that. I refuse to disconnect and to look at someone as an enemy or someone who I should fear. I'm not going to do that. And this is all being driven as fear. And so I just, like Anne said, as far as the topic, spreading love and light, that's the energy I'm going to put out. When I'm in the public, I'm going to social with people. I'm going to speak to people. I'm not going to be afraid. And I'm not going to dive into the fear-mongering that's going on as far as what the media puts out there. But it is interesting, both Anne and I feel it's very interesting about the different media platforms we both get to see and the perspective that we both come from is quite interesting, to say the least, as far as the information she receives and then what we receive here in the States. It's kind of like saying, aha, we caught you. We know what you're up to now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it totally.
So, yep. Yeah. So I just refuse to participate in that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Anne.
I just want everybody to know that don't be hard on yourself, because we are all humans. Even we who are sitting here and talking, right? So even if it sounds we know everything, we don't. And the more you walk this path, you actually understand that we don't know so much. Even if we can sense, feel, hear, and we can grasp many things, we don't have the whole picture, and we may have it when we transition over to the other side. So I'm excited about that. It doesn't mean I want to go now, but I am excited. I will certainly sit there and dingle my legs on a cloud, watching down, and trying to help as many as I can. But it's important for us to really refocus the negative energy towards the positive. Even if that may sound like being overly positive, it's not, because that's what we have to work with. We have the energies to work with. So we can try the best we can. And if we can't make it at one point, that's okay, because we are trying. That's what matters. And no matter what we feel about ourselves, there's always someone else that can gain from our learnings and knowledge, no matter what. No matter what.
Right.
If you've gone through anything in your life and you have come out of it, you have something to teach to someone else, and you can radiate that love and light to someone. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, just, when you take a step back, when you just stand away from and you kind of calm down from all the heaviness, and you use logic rather than emotion, I think you start to see clear. And that's another way of connecting too, because you're not going to connect to something higher when your energy is in that, when you're in that state of mind, that anger state of mind. It's just not going to work. You're going to have trouble connecting to your guides, your angels, your teachers, your masters, all of them. You're not going to connect, because it's an energy you're putting out that's not of the highest, love, I guess is the best way to put it. Right?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Sissy, I think we're coming to the bottom of the hour and getting ready to take some calls once you take over here.
Okay, so it's my time talking. Yay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm always kidding about that. So thank you, everybody, for listening and being with us. And if you haven't called in yet, now is a great time to call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and if you want to talk with us live on the show, press 1. And on today's show, we are holding open lines, and we start taking your calls and answer some questions in the chat room in a little bit. That means that open lines means your calls live on air. You can ask questions or get a free mini reading or just ask about anything spiritual, basically, what's on your mind. And today we are trying to spread love and light to you all and talking about how to manage difficult times in a spiritual way. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/N. And you can always listen live and text chat with us during the shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, July 2nd. So now we are starting to come closer to the heart of the summer, right? Thursday, July 2nd, with Soul Sister Show, talking about soul realignment. So that's a healing modality for anyone who would like to listen to that, because you may find it interesting and get a few tips on what you can do. And we always have a soul realignment related topic. So join us and learn more. We'll be on next Thursday, July 2nd. Plus your calls, of course, as usual, for questions and mini readings live on air. We will be on 10 a.m. Pacific in the US, 6 p.m. London in the UK, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And you can always keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And we are broadcasting today from Arizona in the US and Stockholm, Sweden. And if you haven't called in yet, now is a great time to call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 if you want to talk with us live on the show. Yay, Sissy. I think actually I'm ready to move on.
Okay. Well, first, before I move over to any callers, is there anybody in the chat room?
Yes, actually. I think we have a psychic question, and I also want to answer Pondering Citizen a little bit. But we start with a psychic question. That's from Lil Fairy. This is your time, Lil Fairy. I know you hear us. Hi, Anne and Sue. I hope you are doing well. I have a job interview at company SAIM Ltd tomorrow. Any messages, please? And also, if there is she talked about a guy from another company on the phone on Tuesday, and I sensed some playfulness in his tone. I was a little defensive because I just feel a little overwhelmed with the conversation. So this is so new to me. Smile. So okay.
Right. And
Let's
that's about that is about putting our guard up. You know, and that's okay. You know, putting our guard up because our history. You know, we've got relationships in the past that you know, we had trouble with. So it's okay to do it. Let it all come about naturally. Just give them a fair chance, and your guard will come down. You know, eventually, it'll start to come down. There's a trust building that needs to go on. I'm not sure about the company. I'm not really seeing anything, so I'm going to actually see if you've got something, Sissy.
Yes. Okay, Lily Fairy, what I'm seeing for you when it comes to the company, first of all, I see a lot of people. So I sense that there will be a lot of people around you tomorrow, but that makes sense also, right? It's logical. But I do actually see many. And also the Chariot, so to speak, that's a very good card that feels like, the energies are moving around. That's very positive. So it feels like a good thing. And I'm not getting a yes or a no. Sometimes that comes very clear. But what I do feel that there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes here that feels very positive. And I feel that you're going to talk to maybe more than one person, and that you have a good chance of being successful when it comes to this, because I see a major change, like the old kind of going away and new things coming for you. So that's a very good sign, actually. And maybe you have to wait a little bit before you are having a final answer, but don't despair when it comes to that. And when it comes to the guy, I have the same sense as Sue said, and it's very human to put up our defenses, because we have some things from the past, and we all have, right? But the good thing about when you see yourself doing this is that just have a review. Why were you triggered about this? Did it feel like you were vulnerable when it comes to emotions? Or what else did that trigger within you? Because that gives you the best key to work yourself through it, so that you can come out on the other side. And I actually have a feeling that this person may have been having a little bit of a flirty attitude, and maybe towards you. I don't know if you know him or not, but it feels like something that's, yes, a good thing.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. Do you have anything more, Sue?
I get I wonder if this is a newer company, because you said you saw a lot of people. It's like a lot of positions are being applied for. So a lot of different positions are opening up. And I agree with you, Sissy, there's going to be more than one interview, like they're weeding out people. So, yeah, but there's a good chance here right now. So just stay positive with that. But, it just feels like this is newer, a newer company, and they're opening up a lot of different positions. So I think that's why you saw a lot of people. Okay?
Yeah, I saw many actually, and sometimes it doesn't come up like that, but it came. Many.
Right. Right. Okay. Is there any, I hope that helped, and is there anybody else in the chat room before I move on to a phone call?
Yeah, I actually don't have a real question. It's a pondering citizen talking about, asking a little bit about healing, finding it difficult to heal self, and that can be challenging sometimes. So do you have any suggestions, Sue? What can someone do to try to heal?
Well, that's such a broad statement. I mean, you could have a physical heal or a emotional heal. And the only thing I really see right now is a lot of greenery, and I don't know what that means. Just either surrounded by something that's greenery, and if that's the case, if it's like a wooded area, get out in that area and connect to that area. Do some meditative work and ask for healing. Yeah. There's something about I think huge greenery is what I see. Like trees, like a lot of trees.
And when it comes to healing, sometimes everybody doesn't have the possibility at the very moment, right, to find a healer online, because even if, or at their location, because it can be costly sometimes. So a good thing, actually Pondering Citizen says, yes, there's a lot of trees. Wow, you nailed it, Sissy.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy coming out. There's a lot of energy coming out with these trees that there's something about this area that's very sacred, and you're going to start to heal when you connect to the earth. It's the only way. It's like walking in the woods barefoot, but, without getting branches stuck in your feet. But there are areas there. There are areas where there's just a dirt, a dirted area like brown dirt where you can stick your feet in, connect with that whole area that you're in, because the vibration in that area is very strong. It's very healing. And the other thing I'm being told is for you to start looking into your own course in Reiki, that you're going to heal yourself through naturopathic. The doctors aren't going to do this, but you're going to be able to do it through Reiki and through meditation in the area you're in, because there's something really cool about this area. Just the energy is really good.
Actually, Cici, I just have to say what Pondering Citizen is saying. I love the forest, and yes, you're right. And should I move on from this place?
I'm seeing that the whole wooded area, there's something mystical, really good about it. And just set your feet in the ground there. Kind of like absorb the energy that's there. Use the energy around you to help heal, but they really want you to look into self-heal. And the first thing I saw with self-heal was about Reiki and looking into a course, just even the first course, not the second course, not the third, which is master, just the first. Because the first is going to be the course that's going to help you to heal yourself in conjunction with where you live. It's very mystical, in a good way, though, in a very good way. Anne, could you add some more to that, or anything you see?
I just want to add that a good thing to do is to connect also and have with your chakras when you're doing this, when you connect to the earth, because this is how you can get grounded. You can Google on the chakras and you focus on the 7 main chakras, like root chakra, navel chakra, etc., so that you can get help from the earth also, because to anchor ourselves and ground ourselves into Mother Earth, that's equally important as to stretch our energy out to reach out to guides and angels, right? Because we need to be anchored here. That's a very good thing. So I have a sense that you should not move right now from there. Stay where you are.
I agree.
That's what I'm sensing.
Yeah, I agree with that. You're going to gain some wisdom. You're going to get, and as far as the chakras, that land, it's like sacred land, is going to help balance the chakras where you're not in balance right now. That land is going to participate in your healing, and so is Reiki if you pursue just one course in Reiki and receive the Reiki energy. So I hope that helps.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. There, I fought against Reiki. I became a Reiki master, but I got to tell you, it was a hard road. I didn't want to do Reiki. It's not the area I wanted to take. But let me tell you, I don't regret doing it. So, so consider looking up local classes or online courses for Reiki, and let us know when you do. Keep us informed. All right.
Yes.
So I hope that helped, Pondering Citizen. I'm going to move on and start taking some calls. So thank you for your question.
Yes.
And good luck.
Yes, and thank you.
Luck.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. And keep us updated.
Yep. Yeah, definitely do that. All right, Sissy. I'm going to move on to callers. Hello, caller.
Thank you.
Hi. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Amala. I'm from Connecticut.
Hi, Amala.
Hi, Amala.
How are you? Connecticut.
Good, how are you? Yeah.
What part, if you don't mind me asking? Because I'm from Connecticut.
Sure. I am from 20 minutes west of Hartford. So, like, we're like a kind of like in ski country.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like up in the Bloomingdale area, or is it Bloomingdale?
Bloomingdale. I've never even heard of. Is that Bloomfield?
Or Bloomfield? Yep, Bloomfield. Yeah, because I lived in Waterbury.
Yeah, Waterbury is about 35 minutes southwest of me. I'm more west.
Okay.
I'm more like towards, not necessarily, but I'm more towards upstate New York. That type, like west.
Well, I used to live down in Danbury, actually. I was on the border of New York. So, yeah. I know the area pretty well. Anyways, so what can we do for you?
Yes, I have a specific question. This has been it's been difficult times with me and this person, and I'm honestly, we got into a huge thing, tiff, whatever, and I don't think it's this Mercury in retrograde. This is a relationship question, and he just has been so difficult with me, and I basically said, I deserve to be respected, and he totally disrespected me, and I'm just standing up for myself, putting, healthy boundaries, and just was wondering what you feel for this person and me, and resolving this, or I don't know, in the next couple of months, what's going on.
Is this like you want to be friends and he doesn't want to be friends? He wants a relationship?
Wait, what are you asking? I'm sorry. Say again.
Is this where you want to maintain a friendship and he wants to further this into more of a relationship?
I don't even know. I think that's what he's struggling with. He doesn't want to admit that he has feelings for me.
Yep. No,
he's
you're
struggling.
right.
He's totally struggling. And it's ridiculous because we're not even together. Like, it's a long story. I'm not going to go into it, but he wants to just, you get it energetically.
Yep.
But go ahead. How do you know what to say? It's just ridiculous.
All I can say is follow your instincts on this one. Your instincts are telling you, it's time to walk away. That you have no plans to take this any further, and if this particular person doesn't understand that, then it's time to part ways. Right?
See, here's the thing, though. Like, it's not about taking it any further. He didn't even give it a shot. He won't say anything, and Mercury is in retrograde. I really think it's kind of like somebody has to be the adult in the relationship. So I'm keeping it like completely, I'm stopping, putting a stop sign in front of my energetically, seriously. And just saying, you know what, I need this couple of weeks, 3 weeks or whatever it is. Communication, Mercury being in retrograde, it's definitely not a good time to have any kind of confrontation. And then I was going to sit him down or, call him or do something because we always leave this hanging. It's been on and off for 2 years. And it's not working. It's just not working that way. And somebody needs to do something. And he's struggling with what he feels for me. And it's just, it's really make it or break it time. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's just, I don't know what you feel with this. What, like, is he going to say something to me or is it all me having to do something?
Personally, what I see is you're the one who's going to have to verbalize it. But I'm going to move it over to Anne and see what Anne has here.
Hi, Amela. This is Anne.
Thank you.
I've been listening here, and I sense your confusion because I feel just like you say, he's not stepping forward. It's like he feels that he is bringing himself to a very vulnerable point because he feels very unsure about your response somehow. But he doesn't feel like a weak person, but sometimes, we have things within that comes from our past that when we start to have feelings for someone, we are triggered by those things. And I sense that this is what's happening with him. And I fully understand you when it comes to the Mercury retrograde because that's not my best friend either. So I try to avoid, if I can, to make too serious things and discussions and decisions or whatever when that I know that my sis is I usually have problems with electrical things, so computers and everything goes retrograde for me. So I fully understand. I have a sense here that there's a good chemistry between you, and I do feel that he's genuinely interested in you, but he's not coming forth, and that's the problem. So when the Mercury, the retrograde have gone by, and I feel it's time for you. Maybe you have to take the lead on this one because you feel to be stronger, not stronger always as a person, but in this case, when it comes to emotions. So bring in a little playfulness and lightheartedness into the conversation, and just let him know how you feel, because I sense also that by that time you're more sure about how you feel. Do you want to give this a chance or not? So it's up to you also to figure out what you really feel within, because then you can talk to him in the best manner ever. But I have a feeling actually that you have a very strong connection, and that connection by itself makes things more intense between you, and maybe a little bit more difficult to approach each other before you are sure. So it's a matter of letting the guard down. It's a matter of approaching each other lighthearted. And I have a feeling that you are going to meet up and have a great conversation about this. And it's very likely, or possible, I should say possible, that you end up expressing the love that you feel for each other, because I do have a feeling that you have that too, because the only thing I feel with you is that you don't want to get your heart into something where you feel someone is not going to commit, and someone who will not express themselves. Yes, and that I wouldn't either want to do that, because that's hard work on one end, right? Because it takes two to tango, right? So I have a feeling that's going to come, and for me, it's coming up like a reconciliation. It's not really a reconciliation, but it's like coming back again and being more open towards each other. Did that make sense to you?
That makes complete sense. I just, honestly, it's interesting that you felt this, because I know that it's not even the Mercury. It's Mercury in retrograde too, but I know myself, this is not the time for me even to have a conversation, because I need to calm down. We trigger each other, and he really disrespected me, and he won't own up to it. He never says sorry. It's just so it's very difficult to talk to him, because even yesterday when we had this tiff, he goes, "Oh, well, why are you so confrontational?" I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Anyway, it's just nuts. It's nuts, right? Bottom line, I'm going to wait, and I thank you so very much, both of you. I think this time and space will definitely allow me to calm down and to really go inward myself and say, what do I want? And from there. That's for sure.
See, I have a question. So has this been right now kind of a friendship relationship, and then okay, all right, and you're just not sure right now where you want to go?
No, because he's making it very difficult. Like we have such great moments, and then it's like something switches in him, and he's triggered for no reason, and it's just like this is it's very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. And you know what? That's what it is. It's not like I was born yesterday. I have never been married, but any relationship, this is it. It's not about roses. It's about every day your work. It's authentic, and this is authentic. It's like, this is it, And he won't even define this as one. I feel like I am in a relationship, even though we're not even in a relationship. If that makes any sense to you,
right?
It's so crazy. It's crazy. I have to laugh at this because,
Look, give this time with being in retrograde, because Ann and I completely understand that. You end up so off balance. And we, like Anne said to you, we have trouble with electronics when some retrograde, sometimes it's worse than others for us. It feels stronger, than other times. So, follow through with what you were going to do. And then get back to us, in a few weeks and let us know how it calmed down and how any of this might have come together.
Do you feel, just one little thing, do you feel like I'll be talking to him in July and sitting him down or August? Do you have any sense of that?
3 weeks. I thought 3 weeks when you first brought this up.
Okay.
So
I feel July too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I could last until August with this. I need to get probably something going and in the sense when retrograde goes direct. But, I mean, as far as the retrograde, empaths feel it a lot. And I'm an empath myself, so, like, anything with electronics said, it's so true. So, thank you so very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Keep us informed.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know we're not the only ones with retrograde.
No, it's nice to know, and that's really not my best time. I'm saying that as a joke as well.
Yeah. Do I agree, Sissy? Okay, let me grab the next caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Sue. Hi, Ann. This is Regina.
Hi, Regina. How are you?
I'm doing well. And how are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Fine.
Where are you calling from again, Regina?
Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that area as we were talking. I don't know if you heard any of the show.
Yeah, I did when you said the woods, the forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm right dab in it.
Right. So how's it going? What can we do for you, love?
Can I receive a message or anything Spirit want to tell me of something that's coming up in the next 30 or 60 days?
A message for Regina. What's coming up in the next 30 or 60 days? Whoops. Oh, my card, of course, dropped on the floor. Hang on a second, Regina.
Okay.
But that's a good sign, actually, when cards are dropping out. That's when we look at them. Extra.
Right. So this one, normally I'll do, I very rarely pull cards because I'll douse actually to ask a question. But this one I felt, this one's called Spirit Messages, and I felt like I need to go further in asking. So, so I grabbed from this deck, and it says, give back. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. If it's about giving back without any thoughts or expectations of getting anything in return, reach out and touch other people's spirits, which I know you have that energy about you. I remember you have very much have that type of energy. As it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. So it's actually recommending you give back because somebody's going to need that from you. And in turn, you're going to receive, because you gave to someone, you're going to receive back tenfold. And you're going to feel it,
Wow.
It's like Ann and I when we do this show. I got to tell you, every time we do it, we are so honored by our listeners and our callers. And it's a way for us to give back. No one charges for reading. We do free readings. And it's our way of giving to the community and to those who call. So it's a two-way street. We receive from you as much as you receive from us. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
Go ahead,
it's actually
Ann.
wonderful. Yeah, it's actually wonderful. Hi, Regina. Yeah, I have something for you too. And I feel that in the next time ahead, did you ask for 30 days or even 60 days, 2 months, right?
Right,
so
within
I
2
have
months. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a feeling that there are things on the emotional end, and that there are things even when it comes to work and career for you. And I see that there will be it had been a standstill for some time, but it's going to start to move along very fast. And I have actually a new deck of cards. It's connected to the law of attraction, and that's a very good advice. And
Wow.
I can read for you what it says. A very good career choice would be to gravitate toward those activities and to embrace those desires that harmonize with your core intentions, which are freedom and growth and joy. So make a career of living a happy life rather than trying to find work that will produce enough income that you can do things with your money that will then make you happy. When feeling happy is of paramount importance to you, and what you do for a living makes you happy, you have found the best of all combinations. My sense for you here, and I know that, of course, I know we are all humans here, right? So we need to support ourselves. But on the other hand, even if you have that thing that you just know that you have to be where you are, or just find something, whatever, to support yourself, spend a little time to try to develop that which brings you that kind of happiness, because that sets the wheel in motion for you, and that raises your vibration. And even if it's a small thing, I have a strong feeling that you're supposed to work with something spiritual, and I think that's connected to what Sue said also. So it's something that you bring to others, as well as getting along and maybe be able to live from it at some point. Have you ever considered that before? Or are you already doing that, maybe?
No, I'm not. I've been told that, but I just never was interested in learning that area. Not just, I mean, I'm interested in my spirituality and getting to know that, but actually making a career or turn a hobby to a career, no.
And I have another suggestion, because we tend to think that walking the spiritual path and working with spiritual things is doing readings or, Reiki healings or whatever. But there are so many, basically the whole world is covered with opportunities, even if it's a physical position in this world that are created here. If you are happy in your position and you can do what you're passionate about, that's a spiritual purpose. Make sense?
Right. Exactly. Makes perfect sense.
You just have an amazing gift. A gift that you tend to bring joy to other people, and there's that natural ability that you have of understanding those. As soon as you meet with them, you have that instant recognition that you know the person you're meeting, and but everyone receives joy around you, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you do. You have
very good.
Well, you have a lot of spiritual connection. I know, and kind of, you're not interested in that area, but you do have some spiritual connections, and you do have amazing love and light around you. So people do want to be around you, And I know that's not really answering your question, but they do want to be around you because you do give off a good energy. So, maybe it's something where you're working with people in a manner in which you're giving, like I said, and that because you're giving, you're also receiving,
Yeah, because that's always been my thing, like, especially like relationships. For example, I'm always the giver, and I need to learn to be a receiver, and I don't get that in return. And it just exhausts me, gets me upset. And it's like, no, I mean, and I'm not worthy enough of you giving that back to me, but I give
right.
you 150%. Mhm.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
and that's always been a struggle for you because you do have that
Yeah.
natural ability to give, and that right now that inability to it's harder for you to say no because you do have that natural ability. So it's about, that's where we learn to use the word no, I guess. You know, it's the thing I said to my kids most when they were growing up. What part of no don't you get, the N or the O? You know? So, you know, maybe learn no a little more because people are drawn to you. They do suck your energy out. And that's depleting.
It is.
Start learning, you know, to do for Regina first, and then give.
Yeah, and I have learned that because I used to be in another field like case management, and it was just I was so burned out. I was taking in everybody's energy around me and the clients that I was working with. It was just too much, and I had to leave that field because that's not for me. So I'm in a different field now, even in the health field, but more document management. So I love that area because I don't have to deal with people constantly.
Yeah.
So that gives me more grounded. Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have that natural gift, though, where people are drawn to and want to lay out their problems to you. But it's okay to say no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't ask for this.
Yep.
Hey. Right.
Well, Regina, look, good luck in the next 30, 60 days. I know there's someone specific you're supposed to help out in some manner, which you will, and it will come back at you when you do. So whatever that
would be
thing
awesome.
is, whatever that thing is, you know, it sounds like it'll answer the question you're asking.
Okay.
So.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll definitely keep you posted.
Yeah.
Do that. We love to hear how everybody's doing.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. You guys
Bye,
take care.
Much love and light.
You too.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Sissy. Okay. Let me move on here. I'm looking at the time to see where we're at. Okay.
It's okay.
Yep. No, I'm not gonna have you kill me with the time. So I'll do one more. Hang on. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from? No answer. No answer. Okay. Go ahead, Sissy.
Okay.
We never have what?
No, I just wanted to say we never have enough time, do we? No.
Yeah, right. Okay, let me move on here. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Sonia, and I'm calling from
Sonia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Hello.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
But what can we do for you? How's it going out there in Georgia? In Atlanta?
Well, it's actually, well, it's okay.
Yeah. That's good.
My question is, my boyfriend and I broke up. We had been together for about 2.5 years, and it was a real bad breakup. And I was wondering if I'll find happiness soon.
Okay. Will Sonia find happiness? Oh, could I ask you something? You're not relying on being whole as a person by a relationship with another person, right? I mean, you know that your happiness has to come from you first, right?
No.
No? Okay. So
could you repeat that, please?
Okay. Being in a relationship isn't. Oh God, I'm trying to find a way to word that, so I'm going to just skip it. forget what I said because it's not coming out the way I'd like it to. I'm going to actually ask Anne to answer first, and then I'm going to gauze on this question, okay? About you meeting another person. Anne?
Yes. Hi, this is Anne. I'm getting for you that it's a time of healing right now, and you are going to come out of this and find happiness, because happiness is something that we do find. But as I think what Sue wanted to say is that happiness, we won't find it on the outside before we have healed the inside, and that comes for all of us, because we are, until we have come to terms with what we have gone through, even if we do that many times first on a logical level. So it's like on a practical level, we can deal with that and we can feel it. But when we meet someone, all of those past things are usually triggered. So they come to surface, and then we start to see that new person we have met up with a part of our past, if that makes sense to you. So what I'm seeing for you also is that it's a time of forgiving and learning and just coming to terms. And when you do that, when you come past all those things, coming past and forgiving doesn't at all mean that we accept that someone did something bad to us. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with us coming to terms with that. Okay, I see this now. I see it clearly. I can even embrace that I see this, because that helps me to make choices in the future, and I can see what I don't want. That's the blessing of it. And it may sound a little bit simple maybe, and it's not so simple sometimes, because it's a process we go through. And when you come through this, you will attract that special love that you actually are seeking. And I think also what it comes down to is that the healing inside of us, I've gone through this so many times myself. It's not like I have changed partner many times. I had a few very long relationships, actually, 3. So for myself, if that helps you, I can express to you that when you want to release yourself from something and you haven't healed that part within, even if it's someone else, it's a very different story, it's a different person, it's a different package, if that makes sense. But it's going to bring something, because it's somehow an answer to what you have within you. It's a great possibility that we can heal that part also when we are in a relationship, because relationships offer us the opportunity to have that kind of mirror that will mirror what we have within. It doesn't mean that others are not responsible for their actions, because they are, but we can see a pattern that is repeating itself. So I do have a sense that you are in the process right now of healing and seeing these things and just accepting them, and just don't be afraid of looking at how you feel. If you feel that you want to judge yourself, look at that and try not to judge, because you did the best you could. So just try to forgive everything around the situation for your own sake. Doesn't mean that you accept what have been, right? So just do that, and then the path will open up for you to find that true partner that you really want to have, because no one is actually the same, but we attract things because of the veil of illusions we have around us when it comes to what we have within. I don't know if that makes sense to you. That was a long talk.
Yes, it did.
Hey,
it
Sonia,
did. Okay.
This is Sue. I want to kind of confirm. So while Anne was talking, I gouged this question for you about, are you going to meet someone in the future? Are you going to be happy and have a love in your life? And while Anne was talking, I got scars, because this is what I wrote, scars heal. Once healed, all avenues open up like a dam breaking. Once it occurs, because you are in the process of healing some old scars, once this step you take, because there's a step you're going to take, and it's going to be like open up a dam once it occurs for you, like the aha moment. When that happens, that's when all doors will open as far as love and relationships. So you're on a path of healing from some wounds. Okay? So I don't have a timeline on it. I just know that there's work being done on the other side as well as you. You know, you're doing it yourself. You're kind of running through in your mind all of the things that you know needed to be worked on, and the discovery that happens, you know, when we discover about ourselves. And once you reach that understanding, it's just going to open up wide for you. So it's going to happen. I just don't know when. You know, it's just a process you've got to go through right now.
I can add something actually, and this is from my personal experience too, because sometimes we hold on to that feeling. We want to know, right? Is this going to last forever? When am I going to come out of this? I've been there many times too. And when we actually get to the point where we say, okay, no, I'm releasing this, I release it, I'm setting my focus on something else, that is usually a good time, because that means that we don't focus on holding on to that energy of having to know, and that's when we can release and let go. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
You're a wonderful woman.
Yeah, you have a beautiful heart. That's exactly what I heard, is you have a beautiful heart. There's a lot of love to give. It's going to come your way. It is going to come. It's just, I guess, a matter of whatever it is your guides and angels are kind of steering you towards right now. So the next love that comes into your life is going to be more stable, permanent. If that makes sense?
I hope so. Yes, yeah. I really hope so, because I've wasted 3 years, I guess, for nothing. He stated that he'd been trying to leave. I mean, why didn't you just leave?
Right. It wasn't a waste, though.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm hearing. This was not a waste. This was an education.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is not repeated again, is what I'm hearing. So you do not repeat this specific pattern or whatever was going on. And so the next time when you come through this one aspect, like I said, that I saw like a dam with water rushing out, it's going to break wide open for you. So stay on the path you're on. Stay on that self-work path where you're starting to see things because you've been distant from the breakup, and now you're seeing things clearly because you're not in it right now. If you stay on that path, you start to understand things that you found acceptable, but now you say, no, that's not acceptable, right? There's a growth that happens with that when you have time away from that relationship. And that's what the angels and guides are telling me, is they want you to have that growth first. Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, it'll come. Just keep us updated. Let us know. We're on every Thursday. We're on here, and update us on how things are going for you. We'd love to hear back.
Yes,
okay.
we do.
I definitely will.
Okay. All right, Sonia.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Much
Bye.
love.
All right, Sissy. I don't want to move any further because we're running out of time, so I don't want to grab any more calls. I see we've got
I think you're right.
a couple left in the room. I don't want to short you.
I don't want to
So,
end up having 1 minute to say it all at the end.
So just let our callers know. I see they're just starting to drop off. Just let them know.
Yes.
I can too. You know, we'll be back next week, and we're sorry if we didn't take your phone calls this time.
Yeah. Yes. So do you want us to start wrapping it up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We don't get
Thank
kicked out
you.
of the board.
I almost said sir. I'm not going to say thank you, sir. I'm always laughing, but I think it's even if we are talking about serious matters, it's a good thing to try to have the vibration of laughter, because that's a good one.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It can actually cut off tension on all levels. And thank you everybody for calling us and listening to us and even interacting with us in the chat room, and we just love to be with you. If we didn't have time to take your call today, please call us next Thursday, or why not ask a question in the chat room. You can do that too. It's on scrollsofthesoul.com/live. So we answer questions in the chat room during our live shows if we have the time, and then if you're on there from the beginning, we will have the time to answer a few questions. And on today's show, we have been holding open lines, and we also talked about spreading light and love. And also, of course, we want to spread light and love to you all, because that's the best thing one can do. Love is one of the highest vibrations. Basically, it's the highest vibration of all. So that's a good thing. And we have been talking about how to manage difficult times in a spiritual way. Everything is possible always. We just have to see it, and we just have to be aware. So don't judge yourselves. Just be there. Love yourself and pat yourself on the back and say, okay, I saw what I did this time. Now I'm going to refocus next time. That's the process of changing. Our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, July 2nd, with Soul Sister Show, and we will be talking about soul realignment, and that is a healing modality. So if you want to tune in and listen to us, maybe you can find something like an advice or something that can be handy for you. And we always have a specific soul realignment related topic. So join us next Thursday, July 2nd, and we take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air as usual. We will be on 10 a.m. Pacific, in the US, 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And you can always listen to replays of all our shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past, scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And you can, that is available actually on scrollsofthesoul.com/past right after the show. So there's a ready replay. If you want to listen on YouTube, give us 24 hours and we will have it there. So if you want to listen on YouTube, you can go to Scrolls of the Soul Radio on YouTube to listen to full past episodes and even check out upcoming shows. You can also keep yourself updated on our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And remember that you always can listen live and text chat with us during our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. There are a few links in the chat room today which you may find handy. So you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live and find them. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And again, if we didn't have a chance to take your call, please call into our next show next Thursday. And I think that's all from me. Now, once again, we're back next Thursday, July 2nd, talking about soul realignment. Sissy, do you have anything you want to tell the listeners before the show ends?
Again, just to say thank you, everyone. We are always so honored and feel privileged that you entrust us with your questions, and we really appreciate it. We feel very grateful for that. So thank you, everyone, for calling in and listening as well. And as always, I'll do a shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
Yes, and I say love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Bye.
Bye.